Hey guys, Andy here, and today we have a new video series that I'm going to be doing on the channel that was inspired by Baddie Bean here on YouTube. If you don't know who she is, you are living under a rock, and I will leave her in the description box listed down below. But this is going to be a color series where I'm going to be showing you all of my favorite products per one specific color, and we're going to be going through all of the colors of the rainbow, plus a few extra, every color in my category. I will be starting off today with silver slash like an icy white, but nothing that's a duochrome, because I'm going to do like my white duochrome shades as their own specific color, because if I threw in whites that have a duochrome, we would literally be here all day. So I'm going to do duochromes in their own color bracket, but today, because DW asked for my favorite silvers and wanted me to compare them and show you, so I will be starting off with silvers, but we'll be going through every color of the rainbow. So if you have not seen Dub's Beauty Diary channel or Baddie Beans, they'll be listed in the description box. If you want to see all of my favorite silvers that are in my collection that spans through all of my makeup categories, this is not just eyeshadow, then just stay tuned. Everything that's on my face will be listed in the description box down below. And if you like makeup unboxings, project painting content with a little bit of horror sprinkled in, please consider subscribing, as I would love to have you here. And let's go ahead and get on into today's video. Alright, so we're going to roll up the sleeves and get out a makeup wipe to be prepared, because I'm going to do palettes last. I'm going to start with, I have one silver lip, and this is a lip gloss. This is from Milani, and this is their highly rated diamond shimmer lip gloss in the shade 210 silver. This is a really nice lip gloss formula. It smells like cupcakes. It's not super sticky, but it's not sticky. Like, it's not goopy. But that is the shade there. It is silver. My other thing that I will be saying, I have a lot of icy whites that are warm toned, that more have like, it's more of a warm toned base, and I'm going to probably be putting those in with the duochrome category. I wanted to keep this icy whites with a cool tone base with my silvers. So this is my only lip that has a cool tone base or is a silver. It's my only silver lip. So that is lips. For eyeliners, I have two silvers. I have one from Lovecraft Beauty, and it is in the shade Piercer, which is just stunning. I got these from Ipsy, and I liked this one so much that I got a second shade in like a chartreusey green, but I got that one. And then from NYX, I have the Epic Wear liner stick in the shade of Silver Lining, which, if you can't see, I've worn this one off because I had this one first, and it's a slightly brighter silver. Like, the one from Lovecraft Beauty is almost more of a gunmetal. So I like keeping both of them because they are a slightly different shade. But that is both of my silver liners. I do have one liquid shadow in silver. This is from Wet n Wild, or an icy white. And this is the Inalienable White Lights shade that I currently have in a project. And that is it right there. This is from 2022 Halloween collection, I believe. And for Wet n Wild, like, that is actually, it's a beautiful formula. Like, this is a really nice liquid shadow. It doesn't feel gritty. Like, it stays on really well. I'm not saying that you should use glitter on your eyes, Please do eye safety warnings, patch test things. Like, you only have one pair of eyes. Do with that with what you will. But I put glitter on my eyes because I am reckless. And I've never had an issue with this because, one, it dries down insanely quickly. The glitter is super uniform. I really like that Wet n Wild shade, and that's currently in a project. So let me put that back over here before I forget to and move it around. And then here, let me pull out the couple things that are in projects so we can just get those out of the way so I can move them. I have two Super Shocks. This is my favorite. This is the shade Tassel. I love this. This is just your standard icy white shade. If you want something that's a duochrome, Ice Dream is the best duochrome Super Shock, which I'll be showing when I do my duochromes. But just for a standard icy white with nothing crazy going on, Tassel is my favorite, hands down, Super Shock shadow. I love it 2 pieces. And then for more of the darker gray gunmetal route, we have the shade Deck, which I've been getting more into sparkly dark shades. And there's something about this dark shade that I just love so much. So this is the shade Deck. Then I have from Pretties for Your Face. This is one of their highlighters in the shade Happy Birthday. And this is just blinding. I do have a code with Pretties for Your Face. It is the Samburglar. I need to ask Megan if she'll change it since I've rebranded. But that is just absolutely beautiful. It's one of my only ones that doesn't have like a shift. But so pretty and stunning. And then I have my highlighter from Hard Candy. This is the Fix My Halo highlighter. And it's this right here on the end. It's the highlight that I'm wearing on my face underneath the glitter, but it's what's on my nose. So it's this right here. And that is this highlighter. So that's everything that's in projects. So let me get this off the skin and we will move on to the last couple singles that I have. Alright, I have 5 more singles and then we're just moving right on into palettes. So I have one more Pretties for Your Face shade, because everything else that I have from Pretties for Your Face that is a white shade is a duochrome. So this is the shade Glass Coffin. But that's even still, it's got a slight like greeny blue tinge to it, but this was as close to just a regular icy white that I could get for a regular shadow that wasn't just a straight up different color. So, because when I look down, I just see silver, which, I mean, that's how duochromes work. And when I lift in my light, like when I look in the mirror, I just see silver, but on camera, I see a lot of that green, but I digress. I have one from Bella Pierre, and this is in the shade Snowflake, and this is a loose pigment. Take some off the cap for you. Okay, here, let me get some from in here. My nails make this challenging. So that's the shade Snowflake. It's just a white pigment with a little bit of shimmer. Then I have one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a loose highlight in the shade Snowflake. which is this one right here, which I love so much. Like, this one from Bella Pierre gives you like that subtle, and then of course ABH is going to give you, oh, that was almost bad, gives you that glitz and glam. I make a mess with my loose pigments every time. And then I have two more. I have one from NYX, and this is their Glitter Brilliance in the shade Ice. And this one, here, let me... So it is just a glitter, and it's just a white with some multicolored glitters. But I do really like this for a loose glitter. And I thought that this fit the bill. This is what it looks like in the little container. And it's one of my favorite little glitter formulas. Because I know there's still some people out there like me that like these loose formulas. And then this is the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop loose pigment in the Maiden. I just got these recently and I'm already in love. Because these are just so soft and smooth. It's right here. And it's just a glittery little effect. That's the shade on my finger there. This one is just stunning. A little more ethereal. But this is what this one looks like in the container. So that's going to be it for my loose pigment section. So let me get all this glitter off of me and we can move on into palettes, the bread and butter. Alright, now these are going to be in no particular order because I'm not going to rank my children. But I'm going to start off with just these couple really big palettes to get them out of the way. So this is the palette that's on my face. It is my Do Do Pan My Battleship palette. If you haven't watched that, I can leave that in the description box, but there's not really any spoilers because I haven't hit any pans yet, but we're going to be talking about this shade right here, which is Cullinan, which is just a beautiful, icy, white shade. So, that is Cullinan. I think that it's gorgeous. Beautiful. So now, let's just get the other big Jeffree star out of the way. This is from the Shane Dawson Conspiracy palette. And we're going to talk about Ranch and Diet Cola. Ranch. So Ranch is got a bit of a, it's a little more white, but it almost looks like it has a green tinge to it, which would make sense for the shade Ranch, but this Diet Cola silver is just beautiful. Jeffree knows how to do silvers, in my humble opinion. Because let's compare that to one of my beloved silvers, what comes from the Jeffree Star Weirdo palette, which is, this is what the Weirdo palette looks like, and it's the shade Razor Blade. Okay, yeah. Diet Cola isn't anything close to Razor Blade, but this is probably my number 2 silver, just to throw that out there, would be this one, but I'm not ranking my babies, I already said that, but I do have a number 1 and 2 favorite. So let's see, from Avani Gregg and Morphe, this is for the Bebs palette. We're going to do this beautiful silver right here, which is Star Emoji. And it looks like it would be a pressed glitter, but it's absolutely not. And it's just a beautiful, nice silver. I find that it's a more satin was the word I was looking for, formula. Like, I personally wish it was a pressed glitter, but it's not, and that's fine. Then we have the big one. This is from Profusion. This is their Moonstone palette. So we're going to talk about Transit, Stone Age, Smoky, and Sprinkles. Because I feel like Wanderlust has too much going of a warm base. Ooh, yeah. So Transit, Stone Age, and let's do Smokin'. Ooh, Smokin's a black. We're not going to do Smokin'. So we have Transit and Stone Age for that more dark gray. And then let's do Sprinkles, which is the glitter. And that is Sprinkles. If you've never tried Profusion's formula, I highly recommend starting with one of the really big palettes because it gets you your most bang for your buck, and these are absolutely stunning. We're going to leave these on as we move on over to the other stack. So my number one silver in my collection comes from the ColourPop Blow and Smoke palette, and it's this shade Starstruck. But we'll also swatch Smokin' as well for the darker gray. But Starstruck is my absolute favorite, and I will show you why. That's liquid metal. That does not compete with anything. Like, look how saturated that is. And then that's the darker gray. Like, that's nice. But, like, even that darker gray, like, that is better than any other darker gray. So, DW, if you don't have this palette and you want that good silver, this is the palette you need, because I have never found a silver that's that good. This is why I keep this palette. Next, we have the Makeup Revolution Enchanted palette, because I really like satins. So we're going to dip into the shade Frost. Is that going to be it? Yes, that's going to be it. So just the shade Frost. I don't know why I did it with that hand. So and it has a nice amount of sheen to it, but it is more of a satin. That's just, this palette is just more of a satin formula, but I really like it. We have three from Glamlight. We have the Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Master palette. So we have the silver here, and that is in Springwood Slasher. Okay. That's a really nice silver, but it's still not as saturated, but it's nice. Then we have the Glamlight and Friday the 13th Camp Crystal Lake palette. And we're going to go into Jason Lives. Which is, again, beautiful. And then from the first Michaela palette, we are going to go into the shade. See, it looks more purple. Let's see, because when I swatched it out the other night, it's got a purple undertone. That's the shade Nahs. Nahs. got a purpley undertone, but we could do it. It's fine. We pulled it out. Three more. From the Delancey Gray Smoky palette, we're going to look at Amethyst and Metal. Amethyst might have a little bit of that purple. So there's Amethyst and Metal. From the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, we're going to look at that Center Shimmer and then the Gemini Shimmer. Which the center one is a bit on the golden side, but yeah, I picked a horrible place to swatch those. I'm still just sold by that. But this one I'm intrigued by. We have one left. And this is the Kypris Shimmer Palette. Active Illumination for Eyes and Body. And this has Starlight and Diamond Fire. Oh yeah, those are so just okay. So those are fine. But here's everything. So if you have the Jeffree Star palettes, you're pretty much set, because I know you have some of those. Profusion makes really good silvers. But if you really want that fantastic silver, I highly recommend the ColourPop Blow and Smoke palette. That is, like, if we're just looking at what's on my hand, this came close, which was the Glamlight. Hang on, that was the Glamlight Camp Crystal Lake. So that came close. But it's not quite as liquid metallic as this one. So, Glamlight, really good silvers. ColourPop, the best silver. Jeffree Star, Profusion. Top 4 silvers for palettes. So I hope this helped you and didn't make it even more confusing, but that's my Icy Whites Silver Gunmetalies. Let me know what color you'd like to see next. I was thinking red, but I can do whatever color you guys would prefer. So let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.